Align fam, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but we're on to the seventh Align experience. This is the first year we're actually doing three in 1 year. And that's just because you guys can't get enough. And that's why we're bringing Mickey back. Mickey, you excited?
I'm very excited to be back.
Amazing. So,
Be my
your
second.
session, oh, go ahead.
I said this is my second.
Yes, and you come as a guest too. So, this is going to be a third one, right? Third one. Amazing. So, I think the biggest thing is people always ask why, why is intuition so important? And the session that you're leading is about achieving success with your intuition. And so for me personally, every time I've gained a very aligned client, it was because I trusted my intuition. Anytime I've also joined a position or a role where I'm like, wow, it was the most rewarding experience for me professionally, I also trusted my intuition. There were times when, many times, that my intuition has said, girl, do not date that man. And I did it. And man, did I wouldn't say regret it because everything's an experience, but I signed up for a roller coaster, Six Flags Great Adventure. So
Yeah.
clearly, there is a success that can be achieved through trusting and leveraging your intuition while also using our brain. I'm not saying throw your brain out and throw your logic out, but there's a marriage between the two. So, Mickey, obviously you are, the expert intuition. Talk to me about a time when this mattered to you and this really was important and helped you get to where you want to be by trusting your intuition.
Yeah, I mean, it's a daily thing for me going through, I mean, everything in my life I view as like an opportunity. There's so much money up in the air and then like places you want to go, things you want to do in business. And especially as a musician, my heart has to feel out what it is that I'm doing. And sometimes I'll love what I'm hearing. I'll love what I'm looking at. It looks so cool. It looks like it's on the right page and something is telling me deep down inside it's going to blow up in my face, or it's all about aesthetics instead of like actual alignment. And I really do have so many instances where close friends, family, they just disappointments will come out of me going off of what I'm gauging, of what I'm looking at, and what I'm feeling the whole time was bringing attention to something I didn't want to look at.
Yeah,
So I feel like in my current life, people leaving, people coming in, all of those things have to do with my trusting that voice or me having learned the hard way. I heard the voice, I didn't go with it, and now I am where I am learning something else about my intuition. I really think that the perspective that we're going to get from being able to do all of this intuitive work is going to help us make better decisions around what we do for our business, our careers, our relationships, our love.
100%. And this seventh experience, it is about achieving whatever goals that you set in January. It's going to be September 27th. And it's really creating a game plan to say, okay, you got 3 months to put your money where your mouth is and kind of crush all those goals that you wanted professionally, personally. And so we are definitely using this session as a practical way to achieve those goals by leveraging your intuition.
Yeah.
So, as we always know, we always do things through games. There'll be touching, there'll be blindfolding. This will be probably the most sensual experience we're doing because I want us to feel free and enjoy and play and, not feel like we're so boxed in on a Saturday. So we always keep the games a surprise. We always change it up. But I do want to share with the group the kind of prep questions that we're going to have, which Mickey, that you've crafted, they're super helpful. We always give people probably a few prompts before the experience so they can think on it, keep their heart and minds open. And so when you walk in, you kind of already know the vibe and the type of topics that we're going to be diving into. So I would love to go through those questions you're going to ask everyone to think about before they come. And I would love to hear, Mickey, why you think these questions are important. So first one was, do you have a good relationship with your intuition? Why is that important?
Yeah. So I love getting people to reflect on what they think about where they are. It's always good to just look at it. And some people go, well, I have no intuition. Or some people go, I have a great intuition. I just want to hear what you think you know. And from there, that's when we can grow. A big thing about intuition is the voice that we're using in it. Are we being confident behind the thing that we're coming up with? Are we fearful behind the thing that we're coming up with? A lot of the time, that emotion is in itself the answer. So I want to see what people's answer is when they say, okay, do I have a good relationship with my intuition? The tone of the answer will tell me everything I need to know.
150%. I love that. So for those of you that are coming, when you're writing this question out, like, do you have a good relationship with your intuition? Trust that feeling that you're getting. That's telling you a lot, as Mickey mentioned. Second one, I love this. Do you need some sort of proof or physical manifestation of your intuition, or do you just trust it explicitly? So, why is that important, Mickey? I'm very guilty of this.
Some people like you, sourcing the validity of what I am feeling,
Yeah.
outside of me can be it's very affirming. It feels like, well, I know I'm right. If you said that, and you said that, and you said that, and where I am now is in a room full of everyone's feelings that I need in order to do the thing I want to do.
Yeah.
So I like to target that. What if there was no one in the room but you? Are we still going to source the validity of everything? Or what if I told you everyone in your life you're ever going to meet is wrong? The answer is the sky is blue, and everyone you know is colorblind. That's why you cannot source the validity of your perceptions and emotions off of the back of anyone else's idea.
Love that. Third one is this is one that probably gonna hurt some feelings, but it's important. Moments you've been wrong
Yeah.
when you thought you trusted your intuition, and how has that hurt your confidence?
Yeah. I think looking at the negative experience is the inhibitor.
Mm,
I think every single person has the thing that is holding them back, the thing that is keeping them from doing something. The
yeah,
inhibitor here is wrongness. No, you're wrong, be quiet. How many times have we as children or like with your parents been ridiculed for your inaccuracy? In school, you're inaccurate, you're wrong, you failed your test. Wrongness usually is not identified as a learning experience. It's not identified as a moment to get closer with a raw part of myself. It's looked at, I was wrong, I should just shut up and sit down. And I want to see how many people are shutting up and sitting down. And I think through the question, they'll realize that. Some people don't realize that they're silent and seated.
yeah,
And when we ask a question of when's the last time you were wrong, even the feelings that come up
mm,
on, I don't even want to talk about that. Why are we bringing this up? And the whole point is to get them to realize, has this degraded your ability to move with confidence?
yes,
You know?
100%. Definitely, that one hits home. And then the last one we're gonna ask everyone is, when was the last time you went off your gut, and what was the result of that?
Yep. And I think this is really important because it's the perfect example of what you did and what the result was. And we get to look at it in all forms. We get to look at the bad side of it, we get to look at the great side of it. And I'm asking them in a particular order too, the negative first,
Yeah,
because that's easy for you to come up with. And then in contrast, right after, how also did I go off of my gut and it really did work for me. So it's like a redemption moment to prove to you you're both right and wrong a lot of the time. Observing where you were wrong and observing where you were right is going to help you enhance that margin to becoming right more often in your life.
love that. So, Mickey, that's all we're going to share because I want people to be surprised when they come. What is your hope for all the guests to take away from your session? There's one thing you want everyone to take away. What would that be?
I always say that empathy brings you new perspective. I want everyone to leave with a new perspective. They might not leave with empathy. They might not leave with an increased sense of that, but they will leave with a new perspective on how their empathy can grow, how other people have that, and even being able to observe people who are in a position that they are not is a gift in itself.
I love the contrast. So, with that said, thank you, Makey, for this little preview, and I'll see you September 27th.
Yes.
Bye, sweetie.